Hey guys, welcome to the Vanity Mirror. I have you zoomed in already because I figured why don't we just jump right in. Today's episode is going to be my next Ipsy Boxy Charm mashup. While I'm looking at everything in front of me that I got this month, I don't think anything is going to clash. Last month there was like 2 lip products, there was one each, so I had to like mix them, but this month there is nothing repeating. It should go really well together is my guess. So we will jump right into that in just a minute and then stick around at the end of the video for a really exciting announcement. Well, I think it's exciting and hopefully you'll be somewhat excited as well. So stick around for that at the very end of the video, but for now, why don't we just go ahead and get started. Okay, so I already have my foundation and concealer on, but like no powder or anything like that because in Boxy Charm this month, we got this Bare Minerals Invisible Light palette with these translucent powder duo for setting the face. So we're going to use that today for setting the under eye and the face and as our highlight. I will start by saying that I did use this morning to wash my face. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Deep Dive Cleansing Gel. I got this in my Ipsy bag and I figured let's just stay consistent here, and so I used that on my face. So why don't we start by setting the under eye. I'm going to use this pure concealer brush. It's meant for blending out concealer, but I don't like it for that. I'm going to dip into the matte translucent side here and set my under eyes. And then I'm going to go ahead and use it to set the rest of my face. It is very subtle. There is not a whole lot going on with this powder. The matte powder is like very fine. It's kind of tough to the touch, like it's hard, and there is not like any color to it, so it's not gonna like leave any white cast on your face. It's very subtle, and for me as an oily girl, like I get really oily on my forehead and on the bridge of my nose, this is probably not gonna be enough for your oil. I have to go over it with some kind of oil control powder. Also, for today's video, I am just going to use this. So since my next thing is blush, I'm going to do my bronzer off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just bronzed up the skin a little bit with Ciate London's Bamboo Bronzer in Palm Island. And next we're going into the Seraphine Botanicals Lychee and Gold Healthy Glow Rose Gold Blush. I've used this a few times. It's very powdery, but other than that, I really love this blush, and it's very pigmented. So I like to use just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way, and I got this in my Ipsy bag. This blush has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's not like sparkly or anything like that, so I really have enjoyed this so far. It's just a really pretty flush of color that it gives the skin. Next, I'm going to cross Boxy Charm and Ipsy, and I'm going to dip into the highlighting side of the Bare Minerals palette, and I'm going to use this highlighting brush that we got in Ipsy this month, and this is from Boxy, maybe? And I'm just going to swirl it in there. Get quite a bit. This is also there's not a whole lot to this powder. I would not use this as a highlight on a daily basis because there's not a whole lot to it. There's kind of a slight glow there, but there's not. If anyone who likes their highlight to even be somewhat it's not gonna work. And I don't know if this is actually meant to be just a highlighter. I don't think that's really what this is for. It's just for lighting, like bringing some glow to those parts of the face where you would want some natural glow. I have used this brush with other highlights and it's gorgeous. I'm gonna use a bigger highlighter brush to put some more of this like in other areas of my face. Now that we're done with the face, we're gonna jump into the eyes. I am going to prime my eyes, and I'm also going to do some crease work using the Urban Decay Ultimate Basics palette. And I'm not going to put any of that on camera because it has nothing to do with Ipsy and Boxy Charm, and I will be right back. Okay, hey guys, now that I've done some of the crease work that I wanted for this look that I'm doing, I'm going to go into Blink Electric Eyes palette that we got in Boxy Charm. And I'm thinking I'm gonna go into the middle color here, which is called Vanity, and it's kind of this reddish bronze color. Like it's bronze, but it's got a little tint of red to it. I don't know, that could just be kind of pretty. And I'm gonna put that all over my lid, like in like the 3/4 region of it. These are so good, it's just crazy. You can definitely intensify these with water, or if you put concealer on your lid or something like that before you apply it, but it's so pretty. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking that for a pop of color, I'm going to take this big pencil brush from Morphe, and I'm going to dip into that red, and I'm going to drag that along my lower lash line. So it's this color here, and that is called, it's either Outini or Rodini. Rodoni. Outini or, no. Outuni. Outuni or Rodoni. That is so pretty. I'm a huge fan of a pop of color on the lower lash line, and I think it's gonna match something else I have here, so I'm kind of excited about that. Alright, we're gonna go back over to Ipsy into this M Princess pressed eyeshadow in the shade Biscuit. It's pretty smooth, but there's not a whole lot going on with it, and I actually love using shades like this for the brow bone highlight. I know not a lot of people like any kind of a sheen on the brow bone, they prefer it to be like matte, but I actually like this kind of thing for a sheen. So you could use this as a sheen color of the brow bone, you could use it as an inner corner highlight. I'm going to use it as both today just to get the use out of it and to show you what you can use it for. That's also kind of the purpose of these videos, is to show you what you can use all of these products for. I'm going to use this kind of flat paddle brush to put it in my inner corner. These are my favorite brushes for doing the inner corner highlight. It's not very pigmented, it's a tiny bit chalky. For an inner corner highlight, it doesn't give you a whole lot, but you can build it, and eventually you can kind of see something. Okay, so the next thing that I got in Ipsy is the next thing I'm going to use, and that is the Ciate Wonderland Gel Kohl Liner. I'm just going to use this to tightline. Another thing you could potentially do with this is create a wing by either drawing it yourself or draw a bunch on your hand and use the brush side to dip into it and create a wing. In fact, why don't I go ahead and demonstrate that? So you put a bunch on your hand like so, and then use the brush side, dip into that, and create a wing. It's not my favorite way to use this. Like honestly, if you're looking for a more subtle wing, like not super like bam, like really black and dark and huge, that's not gonna be what you get from doing that, but you can get this like nice subtle line. You know, I've seen people doing that, a really subtle wing, just doesn't have to be super black or super intense. So I kind of like how that looks. I'm also going to tightline with it because that's something else you can do with this pencil. Does anyone else have one eye that is just so difficult to tightline because like it twitches and it does not cooperate no matter how many times you practice? Because I have that issue so bad with my left eye. Okay, you guys, we have 2 things left from BoxyCharm. We are all done with Ipsy. The next thing we got in BoxyCharm was this eyebrow pencil from Unibrow. And this is, I'm sorry, I don't remember what the shade is technically called, but it is a brown shade and it works. I actually have been really enjoying this. I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows. So I finished my eyebrows, and then I also used Maybelline Master Fix finishing spray. The very last thing that I have between Ipsy and BoxyCharm is this Ofra Body Illuminizer in Charmer. Why don't I just go ahead and apply some to my arms, because my arms are exposed and it says to put it on exposed skin. I actually haven't even tried this yet. I know it's summer. It's like, how have you not used that yet? I know. This is not self tanner and it does specify it. It just gives a slight healthy glow and some shine. So why don't we see how I like this? Wow, my hands are very sparkly and shiny. I don't know if you can see that. Alright you guys, well I'm gonna go wash my hands as the instructions instruct me to, and I will be right back unzoomed telling you how I feel like this process went. Okay you guys, so I just realized I totally forgot the lips. I also got the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Notion in my BoxyCharm this month, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. I feel like this lip color will match my lower lash line splash of color a little bit. Like they seem to be really similar, so I'm gonna put that on really quick. Bam! I do feel like that really ties to the eyes really well. So why don't we just walk through this really fast to tell you how I felt like this process went. This month, there was nothing clashing between Ipsy and BoxyCharm whatsoever. There weren't even two things that I had to mix. The only thing that could have possibly kind of gotten in the way with everything was the blush. But I think it looks just fine with this look. I don't think anything looks overdone. The M Princess Pressed Eyeshadow Pigment was this like white, and I have it in my inner corners, and I think it works just fine. I probably, with this eye look, would have preferred something a little more pigment to it than just white. I mean, like probably this shade on the end of the Blank palette is what I would have preferred to use, but I don't think it looks bad. I've used almost all of this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Deep Dive Cleansing Gel, and I haven't noticed any negative effects of it. I've been doing a lot with my skin lately trying to clear it up. It's nice that I haven't noticed any negative effects while I've been using that. I love using this with highlighters. I just don't particularly like the highlighter that the Bare Minerals palette comes with. Even though I don't think it's technically meant to be like a highlighter, it's just an illuminating powder. Overall, again, nothing clashed. I will say that I didn't like this very much. The sparkles kind of gathered in the hollows of my elbows, and that's kind of annoying. I think since I'm doing this, I am not going to do a review on my Ipsy and BoxyCharm unbaggings this month. Let's keep that specifically the unbaggings for August. Well, you guys, again, this month was a success. I felt like last month was a success too. So that is 2 months in a row where Ipsy and BoxyCharm did not clash and they worked really well together. I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. If this is something that you want me to continue doing, please give me a thumbs up so I know that this is something you enjoy. If this is something where like, you know, this is kind of boring, please leave me a comment down below. Be friendly about it though, please. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe by hitting the tempting red button right down there below my video, and I will see you later. Hey guys, I just realized I didn't make my announcement that I promised at the end of the video, so I'm doing it now. I finally bought studio lights and some things to really completely make myself a background and a whole setup, and I said that kind of British, a whole setup. And I'm so excited. Obviously, I don't have them yet, but I will have them very soon. I would say give me 4 to 5 more videos, including this one, tops, until I finally have studio lighting, and possibly my background stuff will be here by then too. So excited, so I can't wait for that. Thanks guys again for watching. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go do my bronzer and my blush. Oh no, I have a blush too. Let me just say all that. Cross-pollinate here, that sounded weird. Why did I say that? Ooh, jeez. I feel like the color will match the lower lash line splash of pop. Splash of pop.